So we did get to say our goodbye to Thane after the Citadel coup, but we didn't really have a proper funeral for him. Then again, there's a number of people we didn't necessarily have proper funerals for, like Morden or Legion. But we can have one here for Thane.
We are gathered here to honor the life of Thane Krios. Thane touched each of our lives in different ways. The Counselor knew him as a hero. The Normandy's crew knew him as a brother in arms. And others as a father devoted to his son. Though his life took him to very dark places, Thane cared for the better angels of our nature. Even when he was terminally ill, he ran through war-torn streets to reach me, because he knew I needed help. You all know the results of that day. An assassin, a professional criminal, gave his life for his galaxy. And now he can rest. Would anyone else like to speak?
I love that the Solarian Counselor is there.
What I remember about Thane was his confidence. He told me once about how he remembered everything, even every mistake he made. If I did that, I'd be a nervous wreck. Thane kept it under control.
It's strange, but the last word I'd label Thane with is assassin. We covered each other in firefights. That makes him a partner.
Thane's last stand was important. But let us also remember why Thane left the Normandy. To keep his son away from a life of crime. Deeds such as these do not go unnoticed by the universe. They echo in all who hear them. That is why I am here.
Thane took himself seriously, a trait with which I did not always agree. I tried to make him laugh on several occasions. But what I interpreted as a lack of humor was masking a great effort. Thane was turning his life around, in a way few organics do.
The day Thane came onto the Normandy, all Kelly and I knew about him was that he could probably kill us all with a ballpoint pen. But after you got to know him, there wasn't any reason to be afraid. He let you know where you stood. Kolyat, do you,
When I was little, I thought my father had it all figured out. He said men must be loyal to their friends and dangerous to their enemies. But when he prevented me from hurting someone, he had changed. He said enemies and ego are not as important as loved ones. I didn't want to hear it. I was lost. I called him a hypocrite in 1,000 different ways. Said that he was going soft. Now, I think maybe he did have it all figured out. That's all I can say. If anyone would like to continue, we'll be here.
By the way, hold on.
People are starting to clear out.
Commander, thank you for holding this event. In time, it will be a good memory.
So, if you're listening to Kolyat and you're thinking that sounds like either, say, Raiden or Axel, that's because, yes, that is Quentin Flynn. Now, I'm not going to get into the stuff that's been, thrown his way in recent times. That's not what I'm going to be discussing. I continue to acknowledge that he was a fantastic and great voice actor, as shown by some of the roles that I mentioned. And I will always stand by those remarks, regardless of that stuff, whether it's true or not. But yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and point out, in case you weren't catching who that voice was, that yes, that is, because you can kind of hear the voice, but obviously with the changes to a Drell, it's a little hard to tell, but yes, that is in fact Quentin Flynn, the same man who voiced Raiden in Metal Gear, Axel in Kingdom Hearts, Kael'thas in Warcraft.
I don't know if I'll be as philosophical about it. It's still kind of raw.
I understand. If you will excuse me, I should take this opportunity to speak with the counselor.
About what?
He is feeling grateful, and I want to point out there are some Solarian biologists who need funding. If anyone would be able to create a breakthrough in the treatment of Keppel syndrome, it would be them.
If you need someone to hold the counselor's feet to a fire, I'm there.
I appreciate the offer, but Counselor Valorn has recently orated about funding science during wartime. My odds are good. Oh, before I go, I was organizing my father's possessions, and I came upon copies of video messages he tried to send you. I sent them to your extranet address. I hope they help more than they hurt. Until we meet again, Commander.
So, you want to have a bit of an emotional tearjerker moment? Now, this is even even more emotional and gut-wrenching if you're FemShep Romance Thane. Now, there's an extra message in here if you romance Thane. I don't think I can show it here, but it's pretty emotional, partly because we actually see Shepard crying during that last message when he acknowledges her by the name he gives her if they have a romance together. And it's one of the reasons why I don't consider the Thane romance a bad option in comparison to Jacob, because it's sad, but in my opinion, it's handled pretty well and just well done. So, but we get to hear from Thane one last time.
Shepard, I suppose I should thank you for my freedom. Leaving the Normandy was the right decision. It was saddening to see our crew go their separate ways, but it is better than answering questions in an Alliance interrogation room. I hope this message finds you well. As for me, I have moved into an apartment on the Citadel not far from Kolyat. I think the first attack I had frightened him. I will spare you the details. It seemed very dramatic at the time, but in comparison to the Omega Relay, it was a child's game. In any case, good luck getting the Alliance to listen to you. Let's keep in touch. Shepard, if you sent a message back, I didn't get it. I suppose communications from someone of my reputation would be restricted. The irony is, I am a danger to no one these days. I am even paying taxes on my investments. I can't expect Kolyat to do so if I don't. He is doing better. He has no significant other, and he is temperamental, but he is employed and staying out of crime. I can tell he is serious about changing. It has cost him more than a few friends. Send something back if you can, Shepard. I can only learn so much from news reports about you. I have tried a false identity to try to get this message through to you. We'll see if it works. I have good news and bad. The good news is that Kolyat and I took a few days to visit Earth.
Like the shade of her eyes. Shrill sound of chirping stops. I scan the ground. See two tiny bodies locked by claws.
Excuse me. As I was saying, We saw a beautiful sunset in New Mexico, and a scorpion eating a cricket. I wish you could have joined us. The bad news is, I fainted and struck my head. Kolyat has convinced me to stay at Huerta Memorial on the Citadel. I will be there from now on. I still don't want to die in a hospital, but it's where the doctors are. And Kolyat. I love him. That means I must trust him. Goodbye, Shepard. Let me say that now, in case I cannot later.
Goodbye, Thane. Like I said, if you had romanced Thane, there would be a fourth message right here, where he basically, you know, it's summed up. It basically says, I will see you at the other end of the ocean when you join me, because I will be there waiting for you. And again, Shepard has tears flowing down her eyes during that message. It's gut-wrenching. It's really sad, really emotional, but in a good way. If you know, kind of get what I'm saying. So let's see.
What sort of party are you hoping to have tonight, Commander? I could set things up for quiet conversation, or would you prefer a more energetic evening?
I still need to get ready and rethink the guest list.
Of course, Commander. Please let me know when you're ready to begin preparations.
He has a little bow tie on. You see that? That's adorable. No? Huh. I wonder if doing this individually is going to affect things in terms of what we just saw with Glyph there going, all right, you want to do it now? No, not yet, not yet. I just find it some of these people just wouldn't be invited by default. Like Shepard just chose not to invite them, and then they come back and they're like, so, where was my invite, Shepard? How come I didn't get an invite? You know? They would probably have some few choice words for Shepard for not inviting them to her party here. Trying to remember if there are any other conversations here. I don't think there are. I mean, I remember a couple of others, but I guess maybe I didn't get what I need in terms of the criteria to trigger them. So in that case, before we consider throwing the party, I'm going to go spend some time in the arena. See if I can go ahead and unlock some of those things. Probably relook up what the achievements are supposed to be. And just have some fun with that before we have our big final party finale. Which I'm going to have to decide also which party we do. There are great moments for both parties. So I encourage you, if you want to do this on your own, go ahead and throw one, but save before you do so, and then reload the save and try the other one out, you know? So anyways, in fact, I may actually go ahead and do the opposite of what I did last time. So I may look up what party I did last time, which I think I may have gone for the quiet one, because that's just kind of more the kind of party that I would personally enjoy, you know, but I don't know. We'll see. So stay tuned.